the songbook. Amen and amen. Ratted me out on the stream this morning, so I better sit down even though I'm a little bit on shouting territory, running through the congregation, just somebody tackle me and tell me to sit back down. Sit back down. Leviticus chapter number 16 this morning. Leviticus chapter number 16 this morning. Amen and amen. Leviticus chapter number 16, looking at, and it says, "And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year." Moses, squarely sitting on the Day of Atonement. It just so happens that tonight, beginning at sundown, many of the Jewish folk will gather around and they will celebrate this Feast of the Atonement because Yom Kippur, if you all have a calendar and it says, it has some of the holidays that are upon there, Yom Kippur begins tonight at sundown. Now, of course, that's the way that the Jews viewed the day, the evening and the morning, just like Genesis does. So when the sun goes down, it's the new day. So Yom Kippur here will be starting tonight, down, the Day of Atonement. When we look at this feast, this Day of Atonement, we see some things about it. And I'm going to preach on a few of those. And an introduction that has a sermon in it. And then when I get through that sermon, when I hit the notes here. But as a way of introduction, you think of the Day of Atonement. And the first thing that comes to mind to me, and the first thing that we're shown here is that it says here, "And this shall be an everlasting statute unto you, to make an atonement for the children of Israel for all their sins once a year." Once a year. When you look at the Day of Atonement and the feast that is there, we understand that it was only to be done once a year. Now, when you looked at the Jewish religious system, if you will, and what they did and the feast that they did, they were sacrificing constantly. Every day, all year long, were sacrifices that were being made. Specific sacrifice, this Day of Atonement sacrifice right here, was to be done only once a year. And there is a type found in that of Christ, in that Christ was only to suffer the shame of the cross and to die on that cross once for all eternity. And that is the incomplete picture because, of course, the high priest here, that was because the blood of the bulls and the goats and the bullocks could never atone for the sins. But the fact of the matter is that there was a type there, that it was to be done once during the time period of the year. Christian out there, and it's a blessing to the world, truly, that Christ only had to die once. He gave one sacrifice for the sins of all mankind. Now, that is contrary to many systems of religion that are out there. You will notice that we do have a cross hanging behind me, but you'll notice what is missing on that cross that is found in many